Hello everybody, it's Friday and we start a new unit. We're going to talk a very interesting and not common, but it's getting more and more used because we are living in a global world. Then we are going through our globalization. Then today we're going to deal with a very interesting topic, talking about megacities. Do you know what is a megacity? Do you know what kind of advantages or disadvantages we can have when we live in a megacities? Then, if you want to know it, everybody, we are going to start on page number 89, megacities. Unit 9b, it is page 88 and 89, 9b megacities. Ready, steady, and let's start. In your book, you have this heading 9b megacities, yeah, page 88, 88, 89, yeah. Then we start by saying the noun is very specific, megacity. Yeah, then what do you think is a megacity? What could be, or which could be the characteristic to say, to name, to call a city a megacity? And what could be the biggest problems of living in a megacity? We're going to read the article and we're going to know that these cities, Tokyo and Mexico City, both of them are megacities. Then there is very important vocabulary, and that's why while we are reading Tokyo and Mexico City, you have to find the following words in the text. Regarding Tokyo, you have to find out, number one, an adjective, meaning operated by machines, not people. The technology is getting a very vital role in our society, in our nowadays world. Number two, another adjective, impossible to imagine. I think the coronavirus situation could be this, impossible to imagine. Number three, it's a noun, the number of people who don't have a job. Number four, adjective, with too many people in it. Another noun, a feeling that you don't belong to a community. And number six, another noun, the feeling of not having any friends. Mexico City. Number seven, you have to find out a noun, the process of making air and water dirty, the state of being very rich, the state of being poor, and the adjective not having a house. Very important vocabulary for advantages as well as disadvantages regarding megacity. Then everybody, take your books, because now we are going to read the text. I have in front of me the book. I'm going to start the reading comprehension. Then we start Andrew Marr's Megacities. By 2050, we are in the introduction, then by 2050, 70% of the world will live in cities, and by the end of the century, 3/4 of the entire planet will be urban. There are now 21 cities called megacities. For example, they have more than 10 million inhabitants. Then we have a characteristic. Then what is a megacity? A city that has more than 10 million inhabitants. In Andrew Marr's BBC series Megacities, he traveled to 5 of these cities, including Tokyo and Mexico City. Then now we start talking about Tokyo. Tokyo, with a population of of 33 million people, it's by far the largest city in the world. It's also the most technologically advanced, and the city runs like digital clockwork. The automated subway, for example, is so efficient that it is able to transport almost 8 million commuters every day, and on the rare occasions that it goes wrong, as an excuse, for example, nobody believes it. If you are late for work in Tokyo and, as an excuse, you say that your train was late, you need to provide written proof from the train company. The idea of late trains is almost unthinkable. There is very little crime, violence, or vandalism in Tokyo, and the streets are safe to walk by day or night. There is also relatively low unemployment compared to other big cities in the world. But such a huge population creates serious problems of space. And as Mar flew over Tokyo in a helicopter, he saw football pitches, playgrounds, even driving schools constructed on top of buildings. Streets, parks, and subways are extremely overcrowded. Property prices are so high and space is so short that a family of 6 people may live in a tiny flat of only 25 square meters. There are other problems too, of alienation and loneliness. The hikikomori are inhabitants of Tokyo who cannot cope with the mechanical coldness and robotic uniformity of a megacity and have become recluses, rarely or never leaving their homes. There is also a new business that has grown up in Tokyo which allows friendliness people to rent a friend to accompany them to a wedding or just to sit or talk to them in a bar after work. Another strange group of people are the Hashiriya. This is Hashiriya here. Tokyo street racers who risk their lives driving at ridiculous speeds along the city streets. During the week, these men have ordinary jobs and they are model citizens. But on Saturday nights, they spend the evening driving through the city as fast as they possibly can. It's a deadly game, but it's just one way of escaping the daily pressures of life in the metropolis. Then, here we have the first reading comprehension. We could say, what's a megacity? I think that everybody knows. Yeah, it's a city which has or with more than 10 million inhabitants. 10 million inhabitants. Later on, we'll deal with main problems that we have read because now we have to read about Mexico City. Here it is, Mexico City. Let's see this megacity. Mexico City. As a complete contrast to Tokyo, Mar takes us to Mexico City, a colorful and vibrant city of about 20 million people where people live their lives in the street. Mar says that in Mexico City, food and friendship go hand in hand. The city is full of taco stands and cafes where people meet and socialize, and mariachi bands stroll through the boulevards and squares playing songs for money. And on Sundays, people of all ages gather to dance in the street. But it's a city with problems of its own too. It can take 2.5 hours for commuters to drive to and from work in the rush hour through choking traffic fumes and pollution levels are high. And looking down from a helicopter, Mars shows us the huge social divide. On one hillside, we see massive, luxurious houses, and on the next hill, slums. It's a city of great wealth, but also extreme poverty, and there are many homeless people. Because of this social imbalance, it can be a dangerous city too, with high levels of crimes, especially kidnapping. In fact, there are boutiques which sell a rather special line in men's clothes. The shirts, sweaters, and jackets look completely normal, but are in fact bulletproof, made of reinforced Kevlar. But despite its crime, the traffic and the pollution, Andrew Marr describes Mexico City as a friendly, livable place and the most enjoyable megacity of all that has visited. Very interesting. Then, let's pause the video, pareu el video, and please do it on your own, yes, because very important, very interesting vocabulary. Then find out in the text this vocabulary, because after a minute, as always, we'll correct the vocabulary. Then pause the video, pareu, and do it at home. Ready? How was it? Well, let's start the correction in Tokyo. Number 1. An adjective operated by machines, not people. Yeah, of course, automated, yeah. Automatizado, todo está automatizado. Automated, yeah. Number 2, let's say, impossible to imagine. Unthinkable. Remember, today we are going to deal with that. And, the prefix an, it's a negative, has a negative sense. No, era impensable. Coronavirus situation was unthinkable. Nobody thought it was going to happen, and here we are. Number 3, it's a noun. The number of people who don't have a job. Then the number of people, it's unemployment rate, because rate is la tasa. Unemployment rate, desempleo, la TUR, el paro. Number 4, it's an adjective with too many people. Overcrowded. Over significa por encima de. Overcrowded. Not crowded, overcrowded. Overcrowded, saturado de gente. Hacinamiento casi. Number 5, feeling that you don't belong to a community. How do you feel? You feel alienation. Yeah, alienation. Estar alienados. Alienation. And number 6, the feeling of not having any friends. What do you feel? You are lonely, you feel loneliness. Very important suffixes, because later on we are going to deal with loneliness. The prefix ness, the prefix over, the prefix on, and today we'll deal with that. So, this could be some characteristics of a megacity. Everything is automated, was unthinkable, there's unemployment, everything is overcrowded, you can feel alienation as well as loneliness. Now, Mexico City, number 7, and now the process of making air and dirty, or water dirty, it's the pollution. Contaminación, pollution, yeah? Pollution, very good. Number 8 is a noun, the state of being very rich. What's a state? It's a noun. wealth, riqueza, then you are wealthy. He's a very wealthy person because he has wealth. Tener riqueza, wealth. Number 9, and now the state of being poor, poverty, pobreza. If you are poor, you have poverty. Pobreza. Poverty is a noun of poor. Yeah? It's a noun of poor. So the last one, an adjective, not having house. If you don't have house, you are homeless. Lo sin techo, less significa sin. Less, sin techo, homeless. And this could be the negative side of living in a megacity. Well, these were the vocabulary, the adjectives, and the noun regarding megacities. And I'm going to send you after the class a Quizlet. I'm going to send you again in which you have a noun regarding describing a megacity. You play, you tick, and it follows up the definition. It's a kind of game for you to play and reinforce this vocabulary. But it will be after the lesson, after the class. Then, what is a megacity? Main problems. Well, we have read about that. Which one could be the problems? Caput tendré de problemas. Main problems. Poverty. What else? Homeless people. Very good. What else? Main problems. Everything is overcrowded. Very good. How can people feel? They can be lonely, then they feel loneliness, and very good, alienation. Very good. They can be alienated. They feel alienation. What else? Poverty. Oh yeah, there is a high rate of pollution. Pollution. And everything is automated, and people don't like that. Well, this could be because sometimes maybe you can be asked to write or to talk about megacities. I prepared, look, this is a megacity, yeah. I prepared starting about megacities. What could you talk about? What could you write about regarding megacities? And here you have the definitions. What is a megacity? A megacity is a very large city metropolitan region that has a population of over 10 million people, the inhabitants population. The world has 24 megacities, with the 5 largest cities being Tokyo, Delhi, Mexico, New York City, and Shanghai. Then, advantages to megacities. Advantages to megacities. Well, megacities can be very useful for things like business, lifestyle, jobs, lot of services, facilities. Some of the advantages could be better education, more schools, and you have a great variety to choose from, then it could be a better education. More jobs, because there is better trained labor pool, because there is abundance of school, well-educated people, then the labor pool will be better. More options. Technological advancement, the more investigations, the better. Then a better healthcare and more facilities such as ambulance, hospitals, police, public transport, whatever. Then it could be the advantages and disadvantages of megacities. While there are multiple advantages of megacities, there are also many disadvantages. Some of them, pollution, a higher living cost, everything is going to be more expensive because the living standard, they have a higher living standard. Then there is an increase in homeless people, a depletion of natural resources, gas, water, that's going down, traffic jams, and there are more cars, more people at rush hour than traffic jams, and noise environment. Noise environments. Well, could be the advantages and disadvantages, and we're going to focus on important vocabulary. The game, the Quizlet I'm going to send you, deals with this vocabulary. For example, have a look. Social imbalance. The reading says, social imbalance. Many people are very rich, well, very wealthy, but some people live in slums, poverty, they are very poor. Then there is a social imbalance, injusticia social o diferencia social. Then it's existence of great wealth and extreme poverty. It is called social imbalance. What else? A megacity, you know now the definition, a city with more than 10 million inhabitants. Automated, yeah, you know what it means. A lot of technology operated by machines, not people. It appeared unthinkable, yeah, impossible to imagine megacities, unthinkable. To cope with, we have to cope with difficult situations after that. Then you have disadvantages, you have very bad situations, difficult, and we need to cope with them, overcome them, yeah? And there is an employment rate, number of people who don't have a job. Overcrowded, yeah, too many people in it. People are jam-packed. What do you think is jam-packed? Como sardinas, yeah? Full of people, things that are pushed closely together. Confinados, no? It could be the streets were jam-packed with tourists. Estaban saturadas, ¿no? Con turistas, jam-packed, como sardinas. Full of people with tourists, they're jam-packed, como traffic jam, mermelada, todo se mueve muy, muy, muy lento, ¿ya? Jam-packed. Alienation, yeah, the feeling that you have no connection with people, you feel alienated, apart, you are feeling aside. Sometimes these people are depressed. Loneliness, yeah, the feeling of not having any friends. Wealth, the state of being very rich. Pollution, the process of making air or water dirty. Poverty, homeless people. And well, you can, yeah. The journalist described Mexico City as vibrant. What is vibrant? Vibrante, full of energy. There is lively city. And that mariachis bands stroll. Stroll is walk peacefully, slowly, enjoying the stroll. You can go for a walk, but you can go for a stroll. Es un caminar lento, un paseo lento, to stroll. Commuters are people who have to take the public transport to go to work every day. Commuters. There is no translation because it's a specific English. Slums. A commuter train. El tren de cercanía son commuters trains because some people take the train every day to go to Valencia, yeah, to work there. Slums, where barrios, los suburbios, donde la gente trabaja, poverty, people live. Oh, some people are laid back. It's a way of being relaxed. Que desahogados son, no? Relaxados then. Relaxed in manner and character, not worried about anything. Then I've never seen her worried or anxious in any way. She's so laid back. S'ho tira tot a l'esquena, podríem dir, no? S'ho tira tot a l'esquena, tan relaxadeta. I love it, laid back. And in Mexico City, you could feel the buzz. You know what is a buzz? Buzz is a sound of a bee. Quin soroll fa una vespa? Bzz. This is buzz. Then there is always this kind of buzz. But here, in this context, it's a feeling of exciting, energy, pleasure, un ajetreo. Siempre está pasando algo en esa ciudad, ¿no? Un ajetreo. I love riding fast. It gives me a real buzz. Em dona emoció. Excitement, sorry. I get a buzz out of public speaking. Before every class, I feel a little nervous. I feel a buzz. Very good. And with this, we reviewed. Oh my God, what happened here? You don't have to be here. You have to be here. Oh yeah, don't move. Where were you going? Oh, it doesn't want. No problem. I'm going to win this match. Very good. No problem. So, we finished with this vocabulary and we are going to extend vocabulary. How do we extend it? Com ampliem el vocabulari? Sempre pots igual, hi ha dues maneres. We learn a new word, o aprenem synonyms, or we extend it by using prefixes or suffixes. And today we are going to deal with vocabulary, prefixes, and suffixes. Prefixes is something that you add at the beginning of the noun, of the word, and the suffix is something that you add to the end of the word. For example, today we are going to deal with meant or ness are typical nouns, suffixes, enjoyment, happiness, loneliness. But however, some suffixes can be add full, stressful, beautiful. Then there is a rule sometimes, but sometimes there are exceptions, as always. Then we are going to start vocabulary bank, extending vocabulary by adding prefixes or suffixes on page 163. Let everybody take their books and go on page 163. And you could go doing the exercises and we can go correcting after that. So, 163, and you have this, word building, prefixes and suffixes which add meaning. Some of them, most of them, it has appeared, they have appeared in the text and no problem. Well, it says, match to both prefixes over, mega, under, multi, sub, by, mono, auto, anti, miss. Yeah. To this meaning, against, many, big, not enough, one, by itself, to, after, under, wrongly. Because sometimes you don't know what the word means. But if you know the meaning of the prefix or suffix, you can guess the meaning of the word. Number one is already done for you. Mumbai is a very overcrowded city. If you know crowded, too many people, abarcado de gente. If you know the prefix overcrowded, meaning G, too much crowded, excesivo, vale, you know the meaning. Well, then, two, what do you think? Then go do it at home. Pareu el vídeo, feu-ho, because I'm a corregir després. Finished? Well, two, Tokyo is one of the 20 megacities. What do you think? Of course, big cities. Big cities, big cities. Megabyte, yeah. Three, this part of the city is very poor and underdeveloped. Subdesarrollada. It's normal, yeah, of course. Not enough developed. Not enough developed. Subdesarrollada sería. Number 4. London is a very multicultural city. Multicultural city. What did you wrote? With many different cultures. With many different cultures. Well, number 5. The quickest way to get around New York is on the subway. The subway is a way that has been designed under the ground. Then it's going to be J. Very good. Let's see number 6. Montreal is probably the most bilingual city in the world. Most inhabitants speak English and French. Then bilingual, they speak 2 languages, English and French. Bilingual. Bicycle. Yeah? Number 7. If you want to avoid the traffic jams in Bangkok, get the monorail. Monorail, monolingual, yeah, it's one. There is only one way. It goes up. It's not sub. You can get the monorail along the city. Well, let's see number 8. The autopilot was switched on after the plane had taken off. Autopilot is the pilot the plane by itself, yeah, with no help. Then 8F. Number 9, vandalism, especially breaking public property, is very antisocial behavior. It's a kind of behavior that goes very good against society, yeah, antisocial. Number 10. I misunderstood the directions the man gave me. Misunderstood. Then I understood them wrongly. Malinterpretar. Wrongly. In a wrongly way. And the last one. He's doing a postgraduate degree in aeronautical engineering. A postgraduate. Then after being graduated, after that, he did it. Another degree. Then it's after. Very good. Then very important is, because if you guess the meaning, you can guess the word. Yeah? Then these were the solutions. Did you do it right? Vamos a ver. Of course. Yeah. Then as you can see in the page, word building, vocabulary, now you have either nouns that are formed with suffixes. For example, it says noun suffixes, common endings for nouns made from verbs. These verbs, ¿vale? Alienate, for example, the most common suffix is ation, alienation. Els espanyols ho diguen tot en ation, abolation, creation, mangonation, a que sí, de brometa, we were joking, but not only ation. From employ, employment. Then, from some adjectives, we use these suffixes to make nouns. Ness and ens. Lonely, loneliness. Violent, violence. Then, uncommon endings for abstract nouns. Abstract. From different nouns, another noun with hood, neighbor, neighborhood, brother, brotherhood, manhood, ism, vandal, vandalism. And these are different suffixes to make nouns, either from verbs or adjectives or from other nouns. So pause the video, anyway video, because now you have to do these exercises. Here you have nouns, adjectives, and verbs. And you have to make them into nouns with the suffixes ion or Asian, meant, ness, ens or ans, ism or thought. Going to read the adjectives, verbs, or nouns, you pause the video and you do it at home because we are going to correct later on. Absent, accommodate, de l'hem ficat, accommodation, alcohol, brother, tide, cold, convenient, decent, entertain, excite, friendly, govern, ignorant, improve, intend, pollute, raise, reduce, ugly, or weak. So pause the video and in 1 minute we'll correct. Finished? Ready? Let's correct. Start the correction. Well, with Asian, we start with Asian or ion. We have intent, intention, pollute, pollution, reduce, reduction. With meant, we have entertain, entertainment, excite, excitement, govern, government, improve, improvement. With ness, usually from adjective, cold, coldness, frialdad, friendly, friendliness, ugly, ugliness, and weak, weakness. From adjective, ens, absent, absence, convenient, convenience, distant, distance, and ignorant, ignorance, with an O. With ism, from different nouns, alcohol, alcoholism, race, racism, and abstract, brother, brotherhood, hermandad, child, childhood, niñez, infancia. Did you do it well? Very important. We have to use abstract nouns and we don't use it very often. Well, now we're going to do the same as we did in exercise 1 with prefixes, but now with suffixes. It says match the bold suffixes less, full, proof, able, with their meanings, with, resistant to, can be done, or without. What do you think? For example, number 1, there are a lot of homeless people in this city. The situation is hopeless. Esto significa sin esperanza, sin techo. Then, suffixes for, sorry, for not. Oh, it's number 1, sorry. Less. Suffix less, meaning, very good, de, without. Very good. Let's see number 2. Now, number 2 is full, lleno de. Full, aunque significa lleno, el sufixo no porta doble L. Significa ple, vale, pero el sufixo no importa. Be careful how to drive. The instructions were very useful. Lleno de uso, lleno de cuidado. Entonces, ¿qué significará? A, with. With care, with use. Very good. Number 3, let's say. The police usually wear bulletproof vests and my watch is waterproof. Very good. Resistant to bullet es a chaleco anti-balas. Then proof is resistant to. Yeah. And number 4, let's see. The last one. Their new laptops are completely unbreakable. I don't think the tap water here is drinkable. That can be done. Can't be broken, can't be drunk. Que se pot beure, bebible, irrompible sería, ¿no? Rompible? Oh my god. Que no se puede brincar. Then, it's going to be that can be done. B. Can be done. Very good. Then, very important to learn what do prefixes or suffixes mean. Was it great? Yeah, did you do it well? ¿O fue bien? Claro que sí. And the last exercise regarding vocabulary is nouns which are from different words. Yeah, different words. And we're going to deal with now. Nouns which are different words. Then noun formation with a spelling or word change. For example, some nouns made from verbs or adjectives are completely different words. For example, choose, there is no suffix. It changes from choice. Elegir, elección. Poor people, pobres, adjetivo, poverty. Then there is no suffix. We have to change the word. Then let's see if you know about this. A veure com aneu de vocabulari. Loss, pèrdua, loss of concentration. For example, el verbo es, the verb, lose concentration. Very good. Now, death. It's a noun, the verb, die. Very good. Success, exit. El verb, to. Very good. Succeed, tener éxito. Now, thought, un pensamiento. The verb, think, of course. Five. The verb, la creencia, a belief, strong beliefs. Yeah. The verb, believe, for sure. Number 6, let's see. Heat, central heating, la calor. The adjective is hot. Strength, la força. Mental strength. The adjective, of course, strong. Number 8, hunger, la hambruna. La fame, substantiu. The adjective, hungry. We are more used to adjective. Tots coneguem hot, hungry, veritat? Però per a buscar el substantiu ens costa, hunger. Or angry is very common adjective. La dianga, la cólera, el enfado. Pronunciation, la altura, height. Height, pronunciation. High is adjective. And number 10, what's the length, la longitud? What's the length of this table? Length is a noun. The adjective is very long. Then here you have the special nouns with no suffixes, changing from verb or adjectives. Then, after reviewing this vocabulary, we are going to finish the class with a listening about a person who has been to different cities, megacities, and he's going to tell us about his experience in the cities. Then everybody please, now let's go back on page 89, and you have to, on page 89 everybody, yeah, 89 I think, we have a listening and speaking. And it's going to be the end of the class today, this listening. Sorry, page 90 is the listening. Because we finished that, then it's page 90, sorry. Then everybody, page 90. Listening and speaking. And then you have this picture. Yeah. Well, it says, are you ready there, everybody? Perfect. Page 90. Then, when you travel to another country or city, do you normally try to find out about it before you go? What are the most important restaurants, the most important sites to visit, some disadvantages of the city, or you go there without knowing anything? I think that everybody tried to find out about the city. Well, this is an interview, the listening, with Miles Rodis. It's a travel writer. He's a writer, yeah, for the Lonely Planet guidebook series. Then, talking about his 5 favorite cities he has been to. Which country do you think? Could you recognize these cities? What is it? Where do you think is this? Or this? Could you recognize one of these cities? None of them? I think so. Well, then he has been to these cities, his favorite cities, and we have to listen and take notes about which cities are they, and we have to find out where they are and what personal connection does he have with each city, what kind of personal connection. Then at the second time, we're going to listen to some extracts from the interview. And in the extracts, 8 extracts, we have to write the missing words. They are very important words in the listening. Number 1 says, there's wonderful surfing on Body Beach and plenty of great little for sunbathing and swimming. Then you have to listen and fill in with the corresponding, the correct word. Number 2, the choice of places to eat is, for sure we need an adjective there. Number 3, what gives the city special during the festival is the fringe. Number 4, and the Museum of Islamic Art has a lot of pieces from Muslim times. Number 5, Tuscany's 2 major tourist towns, Florence and Pisa, are absolutely with tourists all year round. Number 6, these walls are amazing. They are completely intact and you can into people's living rooms as you walk past. Number 10, the Laotians are a lovely, laid-back people. And number 8, I remember looking down on it from one of the restaurants along its banks and feeling that it was all my troubles. So, we're going to listen, first of all, to the whole listening, then write down the cities, and later on, the second time we listen to you filling the gaps.
.17.
So, Miles, you're going to tell us about your top 5 cities.
Yes, it was a difficult question for me because, of course, as a travel writer, I've been to so many places. But in the end, I decided that if I was making a personal choice, they had to be cities that meant something to me personally, that had a personal connection. So these aren't necessarily big tourist cities, though some of them are, but the cities that are my own personal top 5. Incidentally, these 5 aren't in any particular order.
So, what's the first one in your top 5?
Well, the first one is Sydney. The personal connection is that my son and his family live there, so of course my wife and I have been there quite often and got to know it well. Of course, there are lots of amazing things about Sydney. For one thing, it's a waterfront city. It has the sea all around it. There's wonderful surfing on Bondi Beach and plenty of great little bays for sunbathing and swimming. It's also a very cosmopolitan city. Sydney-siders, which is what people from Sydney are called, come from all corners of the world. So, for example, the choice of places to eat is endless. You can find everything from simple soup kitchens to elegant world-class restaurants. So you can choose to eat Thai, Vietnamese, Greek, Italian, and many, many other kinds of cuisine.
And your second city?
My wife and I spent our honeymoon in Edinburgh, so it's always been a special place for me. But I think it's especially exciting during the festival, which happens every August. Of course, there's a fantastic programme of music and dance and the arts, but what gives the city a special buzz during the festival is the Fringe. The Fringe is a massive alternative festival, and it has literally hundreds of events: comedy, theatre, amateur student groups, street entertainers, and of course the pubs stay open until much later than usual during the festival, and that adds to the atmosphere too. However, it's really hard to get accommodation during the festival, so you need to book well in advance.
I must say, I've never been to the festival, though I've often thought about going. Next year I must really try to get there. What about your third city?
My third city is Cairo. We lived there for 5 years in the 70s, and both our sons were born there, beside the River Nile. People always associate Cairo with the pyramids, and of course, they are amazing, but for me, the best thing about it is the museums, which are absolutely fantastic. The Egyptian Museum has the world's largest and best collection from pharaonic times. Then the Coptic Museum, which is in the suburb of Al-Fastat, has the best of Egypt's Christian culture. And the Museum of Islamic Art has a whole lot of exquisite pieces from Muslim times. So, if you're someone who likes museums and antiquities, my advice is go to Cairo.
I must say that I have been to Cairo, and I completely agree with you. And your next one?
For my next one, we're back in Europe, in Italy. I've chosen Lucca in Tuscany. Tuscany's 2 major tourist towns, Florence and Pisa, are absolutely jam-packed with tourists all year round, but most of them never get to Lucca. You can only really explore it on foot, which is the way I like to move around a town, and in about an hour you can do the 4-kilometre circuit all around its Renaissance town walls. These walls are amazing. They're completely intact, and you can peer into people's living rooms as you walk past. Or you can walk from one end of the town to the other along the Via Filungo. Also, Lucca is the birthplace of Puccini, who's one of my all-time favourite composers. He played the organ of the town's magnificent cathedral when he was a young man, and there's a wonderful open-air festival every year where they perform his operas at a place called Torre del Lago, which is just nearby.
And your last city?
My last city is one that not many people have been to. It's not on the usual tourist route. I'd just finished university and I was curious about the wider world, so I went to Laos in Southeast Asia. Laos and its capital, Vientiane, were my first experience of living and working outside Western Europe. The Laotians are lovely, gentle, laid-back people. They taught me to relax. And they showed me how it's quite possible to be happy with very little money. The scenery is spectacular too. The impressive Mekong River flows far away over the sands in the dry season and speeds by the city like a wide, rushing torrent once the rainy season begins. I remember looking down on it from one of the restaurants along its banks and feeling that it was sweeping away all my troubles.
Very interesting, very interesting. He has traveled a lot. Well, number one, Sydney, because the relation is because his son and family live there. Number two, Edinburgh. They went for their honeymoon. I love Edinburgh. I went there for the Fringe, the Tattoo Festival. It's the beginning of August, and I recommend it. I strongly recommend going there to Edinburgh. Cairo, because his son was born there. Lucca, because his favorite composer, music composer, was born there, Puccini. And Laos, because it was his best experience of living there. Listen to it again, but now we're going to focus on these extracts, the missing words. Which one are the missing words? Then, now.
5.18. 1.
There's wonderful surfing on Bondi Beach and plenty of great little bays for sunbathing and swimming.
Then, there's wonderful surfing on Bondi Beach, plenty of very little bays, bahías. Very good.
2.
The choice of places to eat is endless.
Then, choice of places to eat is endless, infinitas, interminables, endless. Wow, this again, okay.
3.
But what gives the city a special buzz during the festival is the fringe.
Well, what gives the city a special buzz? Ho vingut abans, buzz, l'ajetreo, la vida. Yeah, it's the fringe, the festival, the fringe. You must go there. Number 4, and the Museum of Islamic Art. Let's see.
4.
And the Museum of Islamic Art has a whole lot of exquisite pieces from Muslim times.
Very important vocabulary. Exquisite. Yeah, pieces of modern art, of Muslim art times. Yeah.
5.
Tuscany's two major tourist towns, Florence and Pisa, are absolutely jam-packed with tourists all year round.
Of course. Then Tuscany's major tourist towns, Florence and Pisa, are absolutely jam-packed, full of people, too many people. tourist all year round. Well, number 6, then we are searching for important vocabulary regarding megacities.
6.
These walls are amazing. They're completely intact, and you can peer into people's living rooms as you walk past.
7.
These walls are amazing. They are completely intact, and you can then you go passing and you can look, yeah, carefully, very closely, multiple dates, then peer into people's living rooms. You can observe, look carefully. Puedes observar, incluso los comedores, ¿no? Les sales de estar de las personas. Number 7. Relations are lovely, then how?
The Laotians are lovely, gentle, laid-back people.
They are laid back, relaxed, calmates, no? And gentle. Gentle people. A gentleman. And number 8, the same.
8.
I remember looking down on it from one of the restaurants along its banks and feeling that it was sweeping away all my troubles.
Then people are very laid back, very relaxed, and he was sitting in a cafe, in a restaurant, and was feeling that it was sweeping away, desvanecerse, distanciarse de sus problemas, sweeping away, estaban desvaneciéndose, desaparece, the way of living. Well, with this listening, yeah, we finished the topic of megacities, and I'm going, but you have to go on with this vocabulary. I'm going to send you a TED Talks, 2 listenings, and again Quizlet for you to put into practice this vocabulary. Then enjoy your weekend, and we finish here. See you next Wednesday. Have a nice weekend. Yeah, now we can see better. Then happy weekend, and now after the video, what I said before, I'm going to send you 2 games, videos, listenings for you to reinforce your vocabulary. Bye bye and take care.